The final unemployment report of 2020 released today. Good news, not great news. There was a slight drop in Americans seeking jobless benefits this month. It's a bit like looking out your window and watching a blizzard. We can all see what's happening, but as we put this year behind us, we thought we'd look ahead. What does this report mean for the employment market and the economy moving forward? Earlier today, I spoke with two economic experts to get their thoughts on 2021.
Well, I think what we saw was elevated initial unemployment claims, very similar to what we've seen in previous weeks. It just indicates ongoing weakness in the jobs market that persists.
We definitely have an economy that's slowing down. That's the problem. And we definitely have an economy that's improving at a lesser rate, which is hard to explain. However, it might roll over in January and February.
Most of the weakness is in the service industries. Obviously, the restaurants, to the extent that they were keeping people on as the weather got cold in the northern climes, have had to lay people off. So, you know, this has been very much of a lower income service industry jobs crisis, more so than a white collar one to this point.
Yeah, there are some winners, and I hate saying winners in a pandemic because that sounds bad. But I mean, 1/5, 20% of our small businesses are gone, and that's still kind of adding up too. You know, so we've lost 1 out of 5 small businesses. That's going to have an effect. And now, you know, you can tell where I come from on this. I'm conservative. I want the economy open.
The public health experts and the economists have made the same point, which is the two go hand in hand. Once the virus is under control and the public has the confidence that it's under control, then the economy will perform in turn, and it probably won't take very long. I think there's a lot of pent-up demand for all kinds of things, including going out to eat, including going on trips, all of those things. We have vaccines that work. So it's all about how quickly we can get the population vaccinated, and that's really the open question in terms of timing. If you can get that done, say, by midsummer, you've got a pretty good second half of 2021.
Well, I'll go back to what I've been saying 100 times over. The only real stimulus bill is to say, look, have at it. If you're afraid to go out, don't visit the business, but we're going to open up everything 100%. I know that that's not politically acceptable, but I tell you, there's not a lot of businesses that I know of that can live on 50% of the revenues. They just can't.
Well, I think you have to, it's not just an economic issue, it's a public health issue, and you have to listen to the public health experts, and they would certainly not advise anything like that. And you can mix the two arguments. You know, if you continue to get people who come down with the virus, it's just going to take that much longer to come out of this. So that was what the stimulus was for, is once again to get us to the next level where people are vaccinated and do indeed feel safe, and in fact are reasonably safe going out and resuming their normal activities.
The word of the year shouldn't be coronavirus; it should be hypocrisy, because a lot of folks can't understand how I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona. I can fly on an airplane for 4 hours shoulder to shoulder with people, but you can't go to a restaurant. I mean, there are so many things that don't make sense to the American public. That's why they struggle with these things. Some states open, some states not. Sometimes it's just a road where you can get your hair cut on one side, you can't get your hair cut on the other side. So there's this angst. And until we have a national situation where we're all on the same page, I think that we're going to struggle, and we're not going to be able to get back to 100. We're not going back to December 2019, I would say, for 5 years.
You know, I don't have a crystal ball, first of all, but secondly, I think what you could look at is what the market is looking at. And the reason why the Standard & Poor's 500 index went up 16% 2020, this calamitous year, is because the market does not foresee this being a lingering long-term drag on the economy. That's about as good of a prognosticator as we have in economic policy. So that's what the market is. It is a forecasting mechanism. And at least in terms of investors, they certainly did. If they thought this was a 5-year thing, you would not have seen the kind of stock performance that you saw this year.
We're not going to get back to normal this year. Everybody wants us to, and they're hoping we do, but we're not. We can't. If we have to have social distancing and have to have masks, you can't ask a business to run at 50% capacity. You just can't do it.
We have vaccinations or vaccines that work. That's the light at the end of the tunnel. And so there's a lot of reasons, I think, to be optimistic about 2021. But the early months of this coming year are going to be hard, and the struggle will be to convince people to keep doing the things that they've been doing until it's safe to go back to more normal life.
I don't want to be too negative. I just want to be realistic. I'm not saying the world's going to end. I'm just saying that maybe you're getting out over your skis about your happiness, because as long as we have these things in place with masks and social distancing, it's just going to be a ball and chain on the recovery of the economy, and it just won't happen as quickly as you and I would like.
Well, all right. We'll see, I guess. That's all we can do.
Well, and we just don't know. I mean, just
there's
like
a
we
lot
don't
we
know
don't.
what's going to happen with the virus, what's going to happen with the vaccine, I think the economy is still a question mark.
Right. And it will be, I think, even conservatively speaking, for 3 months at least, obviously. I mean, we're talking about this vaccine and how slowly it's been rolled out. Does that ramp up? What happens moving forward with that? And then with the job picture, when do these jobs start coming back? When will businesses start reopening? A lot of questions, and a lot of people just hoping desperately for 2021 to be better.
Hopeful is the word of the day,
That is,
the word of the year. All right, Albert's standing by.